Welcome, everyone. This is the Music News Power Hour. We're going to get started here shortly with some breaking news and headlines that we think are interesting and worthy of discussion. Feel free to raise your hand if you'd like to chime in and hang with us here for just a few more seconds. We're about to begin the countdown into today's headlines. Hey, everybody. Andy, Jamie, hey, it's good to see you. Elliot, Raji. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the room. And if you are on stream, welcome to our stream. Welcome to today's broadcast. We're about to begin, and we start the countdown.
How you doing? And welcome to the Music News Power Hour here on the Music Industry City Broadcast Network. And today we are going to talk about Coachella. And Stagecoach makes their announcements, their arrests in the Miami's beach shootings, and Germany has a new plan to tackle piracy. Plus, Patreon has a new partnership and SVOG grants. You've seen those? You've heard about them. You're wondering where they are? Well, apparently they are slowly rolling out. We're going to talk about that. Plus, your daily Spotify update. And let's welcome my co-hosts, Eli Window and Angela Randall. How you doing?
Hello from bright and sunny UK.
Cheerio, yes, from New York, which I we're just going to leave it at that. Hey, from New York, everybody, welcome to today's Music News Power Hour. We are going to go ahead and get started. Let's begin with some On This Day in History. Today we remember a death from June 2nd, 1999. Junior Braithwaite from Bob Marley and the Wailers was shot dead, age 46. Braithwaite was one of the founders of and the first lead singer of the Wailers, in memory. We lost also on this date in 2008, American guitarist and singer Bo Diddley. He died of heart failure at his home in Archer, Florida, aged 79. Moving on, birthdays today. Born this day, 1941, Charlie Watts, English drummer who joined the Rolling Stones in 1963. Ah, Rolling Stones. I love the Rolling Stones. On this day, in 1944, pianist composer Marvin Hamlisch was born. And on this day, 1970, also Louis Breeze, a.k.a. Be Real, from Cypress Hill, was born. And happy birthday today from 1980, Fabrizio Moriarty, Brazilian-American musician and drummer from American rock band The Strokes. Moving on, this day in history. On June 2nd, 1976, Wings set a new world record when they performed in front of 67,100 fans in Seattle, the largest attendance for an indoor crowd to date. On this date, 2002, it was reported that Paul McCartney had thrown his fiancée Heather Mills' engagement ring out a hotel window during a row. Guards at Miami's Turnberry Isle Hotel combed the grounds using metal detectors and later found the 15,000 pound or $25,500 US ring. On this date, 2005, also, Franz Ferdinand's frontman, Alex Caprios, was detained by Russian police after being suspected of being a spy. He was attempting to board a plane in Moscow when the altercation took place. Traveling under his actual surname, Huntley, Alex was accused of being an M16 agent who was previously suspected of stealing information on Russian weaponry. Unlikely for Alex that the surname Huntley was also used by actual former M16 agent Richard Tomlinson, who did, in fact, steal secrets in the early 90s. The singer was freed after he pointed out that the Huntley they were so concerned about was 42 years of age, 13 years older than himself at the time. And that's it for this day in history. That would be all it would take to really shake up your day, right?
Yeah, you're an MI6 agent, or it's like it's like let's get some James Bond action going, and it's like, well, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll play it off. So thank you for that, Eli, and welcome everybody, especially that is tuning in on our live stream. How you doing? Actually, I should look over at camera 2 here. And for anybody that actually wants to see what's going on in the live stream, if you're in the clubhouse room, how you doing? Great to see you. But if you want to see what's going on in the live stream, you can go to musicindustrycity.com, and right there you're going to say. You're going to see it. You're going to see the video. It says live streams go here, and you press that button. You can actually see what's happening and the people in Clubhouse. So, and you can hear what's going on in Clubhouse as well. And also, another thing I want to shout out to everybody that's in virtual reality. We are also live streaming into AltSpace VR. We have a virtual reality event room, a viewing room. Well, it's actually a vista. It's this big, on a giant terrace, a roof deck. And you can go play basketball. You can roast marshmallows as a beanbag toss. So while you're hanging out, watching the news, you can go play some games. And with that being said, welcome to the Music News Power Hour. And this is where we scour the World Wide Web for music business news we think should be open for discussion. We're going to get to that very shortly. But how this works is we read key sections from articles for the first 20 to 30 minutes and open the stage for roundtable discussion for the remainder of the hour. Feel free to raise your hand if you want to come on stage and offer your thoughts during the conversation. So if hey, I know a little something about that topic, I'd like to talk a little bit more. Let's open it up. Let's get this party started. And to stay to know about this and all other programming, even outside of Clubhouse, we do stuff outside of Clubhouse. Make sure to tap the green house at the top to follow the MIC group and register for free at musicindustrycity.com to gain access to all our updates and programming outside Clubhouse. And make sure you also follow all the people up on stage. So with that being said, let's get to it. All right, the most Instagrammable festival is back. And we are going to start that off with Billboard.com. Coachella and Stagecoach will return in April 2022. And you can follow along with all the articles that we cover here in the news in our show notes, which is located at musicindustrycity.com. There's a graphic there. It says show notes. Click on that, and you're going to see all the news articles, including any resources that we talk about in our other rooms, artists and business resources, plus our playlists. We have monthly playlists, so we're just wrapping up May, and Martina has made her official pick, and that it will go out in today's newsletter at musicindustrycity.com. So everybody who's registered is going to get to see the bragging rights of who Martina chose as her artist pick of the week. So let's get to this. An October 2021 comeback is officially off the table. We look forward to being in the desert next April with all our friends, as Golden Voice President Paul Tollett. All right, so Coachella and Stagecoach will return in April 2022 after a 2-year pandemic pause. I like that. We're calling it the pandemic pause. Yeah, so it's going to have the little asterisk. 2020 is going to have the asterisk and pandemic pause. I'm with that. All right. Officially ending speculation. North America's largest multi-genre music festival and its largest country music festival would attempt an October comeback. All right. So it's announced that both Coachella and Stagecoach are returning next spring, with the first weekend of Coachella starting April 15th through the 17th and second weekend scheduled for April 22nd through the 24th. And Stagecoach will take place April 29th through the 1st of May. Lineups have not been released. And organizers tell Billboard the reason for the announcement was simple. They wanted to open up Coachella's payment plan program for fans looking to pay for their tickets in installments. Pre-sale and payment plans tickets for Coachella go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Coachella was first pushed March 9th, 2020 to October, only to be canceled for the same year. So it goes on a little bit more, but this is great to see. They're talking about Coachella is coupled with a massive paid daily attendance of $125,000. Not $125,000. Why am I reading a dollar? No, daily attendance $125,000. I was trying to look at their ticket prices in the next line, which Golden Voice gives fans 6 months to pay for their $429 tickets. After initial deposit made in June, $67.33 is deducted from fan accounts monthly from July to December. So it's a nice way to build, to have a payment plan to go to a great festival. And since we are talking about festivals, let's continue with live music. And the venues are receiving government grant approvals slowly. Notice they didn't even say the money's going out. This is the approval process. And Eli's in the, I can see Eli in the video back there just kind of throwing her hands up in the air like, eh. All right. So a handful of businesses report having received the first round of award notices from the Small Business Association. Independent venues and talent agencies are breathing a sigh of relief this week as shuttered venue operator grant approval notices begin rolling in from their Small Business Association. Quote, the collective cheering from fellow independent venues and promoters have been reverberating throughout our membership as the anticipation of emergency relief coming from all eligible entities appears closer each day, Neva said in a statement. All right, so a little background. It was signed into law on December 22nd. And people have been waiting for more than 5 months to receive a portion of the $16 billion in funding. The Palace Theater in Albany, New York, was one of the first venues to receive an approval notice on May 27th, only 1 day after SBA Administrator Isabel Guzman testified before Congress that awards were rolling out. The 2,800 capacity venue is located across the street from Senator Majority Leader and SVOG advocate Chuck Schumer's office in the New York State Capitol. It's kind of convenient, isn't it? All right, so they start going in more about talking about but they're saying one of the things is that not a lot of people are getting these out. So the Palace Theater Director of Finance tells Billboard that the venue is a priority one group of venues who lost more than 90% or more of their revenue between April and December 2020 and was awarded the full amount it requested. Elbaum says she signed the award letter and a disclosure form Thursday evening. Roughly 24 hours later, she was sent a tutorial video that all recipients are required to watch. She goes on to say, quote, I watched the tutorial video yesterday because I knew I wasn't going to get funded on Memorial Day. I could see that there had been only 53 views. That was very telling because assuming that none of those were the SBA people, that's how many other venues had clicked on the link. And according, she goes on, once completed the tutorial, she was informed that the venue would receive the first of their funds the next business day. Today, it still says the award is scheduled. We haven't received the payment yet. I'm hopeful it will come tomorrow or Thursday. So, it kind of goes on a little bit deeper in here, but, I see the article go into more of it. You can go to musicindustrycity.com and click on the show notes and link to the article. I think it was Jim. Jim, did you raise your hand to come up?
I think it was Jim. And I want to take this quick moment to remind you that if you have raised your hand or joined in the chat and we by chance have missed your hand raise or your comment, it's not that we don't love you. It's that we are reading something and or producing. I'm not sure if you're aware, but my co-host Peter Schwing is also our executive producer for the video stream that you might be watching across the World Wide Web right now for Music News Power Hour. And so sometimes we are just trying to keep the Music News Power Hour looking slick and keeping the reads going without being without being caught up and stumbling over some of the things that missed proofreading in the articles. Yes. So if we missed your hand raise or your comment, please be patient with us. It's not that we don't love you. We would love to hear your comments. So please do contribute to the conversation.
All right, Jim, was there something you wanted to add on this topic? I saw you raise your hand during the topic.
Hi, Eli. Well, just I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess. We were approved. And interesting process in that we were submitted and then it went to under review. It bypassed final review. And then I just happened to check the portal last night about 11:30 p.m. and realized that it had been approved and then found my award letter in my spam folder. So I sent out a bunch of emails just telling people to be really careful and checking their spam folders. And it all happened in one day. So evidently they're moving pretty fast. And so everything is done. And also people are advised to shut off their pop-up blockages, and which I had to figure that out at midnight because I'm a Luddite. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It looks like they're moving pretty quick at this point. And I don't know if it was all the pressure on Guzman and all the backlash that they got and all the media, but they are moving pretty quick at this point.
Oh, that's great to
That's
hear.
absolutely, yeah, that's absolutely great news to hear. And once again, Jim was just reminding everybody to, if you can, manage your pop-up blockers if you are waiting for that approval letter or for any kind of acceptance or further instructions for those grants. Make sure that you check your pop-up blockers and turn them off if you can, and don't forget to check your spam email folder because things are moving quickly now with these grants for venues. Thanks, Jim. It's a great
My
update to hear.
pleasure. Nice
Thank
to
you,
hear you
Jim.
guys.
Yeah, great. Thanks. And Jim, I know you have 2022 all lined up, so congratulations on getting through and getting that
Well,
all
we
set
do.
up.
If I can just say one more thing, actually, what we're
Sorry.
doing is we're creating an October festival, and because the numbers are obviously moving in such a positive direction, so we're going to create something in October, and obviously we have to hit the ground running, but we're already confirming acts and in the same location, and we'll
Oh,
do that as
you're
well.
doing that shorefront. Oh, excellent.
We are, yeah.
Jim, let me know if you need any
Amazing.
assistance. If you need any assistance, I'm here. I mean, I'm here. It's
I
literally
appreciate it. Thank you.
miles
Same,
away.
Jim. Same. Yeah, same,
All
Jim.
right.
And I'm so excited. Congratulations. That's
Congrats, man.
amazing
Thanks a lot.
news.
Great
Thank
to
you.
hear. All right. With that being said, let's turn some news. And if you you might have heard it was busy in Miami over this weekend. Two horrific events occurred. And this one is from NBC News, and this says that two arrested after Miami Beach shooting, rapper DaBaby questioned and released. So they said two people have been arrested in Memorial Day shooting that erupted outside a posh Miami Beach restaurant and wounded two people, police said Tuesday. All right, Wisdom Awute and Christopher Urena were arrested in the shooting shortly after 11:30 p.m. Monday. Miami Beach police said. A witness told police he recognized Awute as a rapper known as Wisdom, who is part of rapper DaBaby's entourage, according to arrest report. Okay, so DaBaby was interviewed and released by police and has not been charged, police and his attorney said. Awute and Urena were arrested on charges of attempted murder and assault, the arrest report says. Awute allegedly shot someone in the leg. Urena is charged with additional counts, including theft and a weapons charge, according to the arrest documents. It was not immediately clear Tuesday night if either man had an attorney who could comment on their behalf. The shooting at First Street and Ocean Drive near the Prime 112 Steakhouse followed an argument between the two groups, according to an arrest report. It's not clear what that argument was about. One of the shooting victims was treated and released, and the other was in a hospital in critical condition. So, some of the, the people, the bystanders, and you could hear the cars zooming down the road. You heard pop, pop, whole bunch of shooting. Then you just cars. Your car is trying to get away. So, it was a bad weekend. And it goes on to talk about the shooting capped a deadly Memorial Day weekend of multiple gun violence incidents from Miami, including the mass shooting early Sunday at a banquet hall that killed two people and injured more than 20 others. All right. So we're going to move across over to Germany, and we are going to talk about Piracy. And this one, again, is in Billboard. This is an interesting way Germany is handling this, and that is the German music industry is tackling piracy through self-regulation. Article starts off, a platform that can block sites without court approval is rankling web freedom activists who says it's undermining citizens' rights. Germany's music industry is taking a novel approach to fend off piracy that sidesteps arduous lawsuits with internet service providers. They're actually working together to crack down on pirated songs, and so far the results are promising. The country's music industry, along with other entertainment sectors and copyright holders, has teamed up with the biggest local internet service providers on a new platform that allows them to block sites peddling pirated content without needing to get court approval. The platform is called It's called the Clearinghouse for Copyright on the Internet. I'm not even going to attempt the German version of that, or the CUII. And it's formed a committee with power to block websites that are mass infringing on copyright materials and causing significant economic harm to creative sectors. The initiative began at the start of the year and started to take action in March. So far, the CUII has blocked two sites illegally streaming music and TV shows, each with millions of unique visitors a month, and it expects to block dozens more by the end of the year. But web freedom activists have attacked the CUII, saying the absence of court proceedings undermines citizens' rights, restricts internet freedom, and is potentially setting a negative precedent. The global rise of streaming services like Apple, Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, and Deezer, which collectively accounted for 55% of music sales in Germany last year, has reduced piracy to a much less significant part of the market than it used to be. Even during lockdown, when the music-related visits to torrenting platforms have been increasing in many markets, Germany has seen a sharp fall in visits, reckons the London-based Muso consultancy. Germans consumed 139 billion audio streams in 2020, up a third from 2019. But amid the shift to legal operators who pay out slim per-stream royalties to labels, artists, and other rights holders, illegal music streamers and the tradition of Napster still exist and are carrying out peer-to-peer piracy. All right, so it goes on a lot deeper here, and they're, in Germany, calling up one of the blocked websites via connection from Telecom, Vodafone, O2, 1&1, or other internet service provider redirects users to a CUII information page with the message, "This website is not available for copyright reasons." Criminal proceedings against illegal operators could take years, and even years-long international investigations have been unable to remove some of them from the internet. All right, so it goes on, and circumventing. They talk about circumventing the need for court action. This is really interesting that the government's saying, hey, the Freedom Society, a German NGO, is gearing up to take action against the CUII. Says Julia Reda, a former European Union parliamentarian who currently heads up the Control C project dealing with copyright law and civil rights at the NGO. The Freedom Society is examining the rules, talking to the authorities, and lobbying Germany's political parties to respond. She says, quote, "The CUII undermines the fundamental right to freedom of information and net neutrality. The project also paves the way for further extrajudicial restrictions on freedom of communication." So is this Germany's like saying, hey, we can get a vigilante organization to declare that, nope, it's not copyright friendly, we're going to take this down. That's
I feel like it sounds a little bit more like policing, in the sense that obviously we know what the law is, and if you break the law, then you're going to be brought up on it, rather than having to fight your cases in the.
We just seem to be losing. We have some bad connections today. Clubhouse has been acting a little slow, and so Angela, hopefully you are back in a stronger area soon enough, or Clubhouse frees it up. I know we've been getting some errors in here. And while we were talking about Twitch and DMCA issues yesterday, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about that for weeks and months to come. And now we're talking about what's happening in Germany. Let's go over to, this is from notfilmschool.com. It's Music Vine makes YouTube copyright claims hassle-free. The article starts off, Music Vine launches AutoClear to automatically release YouTube copyright claims. When it comes to making ad revenue on your YouTube channel, copyright claims can halt the cash coming in. Music Vine has launched AutoClear, a new feature that automatically detects and releases YouTube copyright claims from your uploaded videos. Now, some of the key features here are that AutoClear offers a vital solution to the growing issue of YouTube copyright claims and demonetization of video content. Customers have the dual ability to whitelist their YouTube channel and use AutoClear codes to automatically clear claims on additional channels. It helps the thousands of creators that are frustrated with the process of manually disputing music copyright claims on YouTube. And AutoClear is already available for many of Music Vine's most popular artists, and even more of the renowned catalog to be added soon. So basically, when it's activated, AutoClear automatically identifies and releases copyright claims on YouTube within 15 minutes of a video going public. Music Vine suggests the feature will help creators dispute YouTube claims without the need of doing so manually. And this is... you're going to start seeing, we see with Monster Cat, many other labels, and Pretzel that are saying, hey, use our platform, or have your music, or even through distribution. So DistroKid, go to DistroKid, and you look at many other services as well. But say whitelist this, allow anybody to use our music. I mean, just go for it. And that's way it'll be whitelisted on Twitch. It'll be whitelisted on YouTube. And we were talking about the two different music economies where the labels are cracking down, and rightfully so. But then there's the opportunity for other musicians to say, something, I don't care about any kind of, the little money I would probably make. I'd want the opportunity to have my music out there and easier and not have my friends that are fellow content creators get struck. And with that, let's kick it over to Eli.
All right, indeed. Let's kick it over to me. Speaking of sharing things with your friend, to have a friend, ping a friend. You can ping a friend into the Music News Power Hour by using the plus sign at the bottom of the room. You can also use social media or a text to invite anybody you know to join us on musicindustrycity.com, where you can watch the video and actually see us. Point in fact, today is a hat day on the stream for Music News Power Hour. Peter and I are both sporting some pretty cool hats. So if you are on stream, you can definitely check out our hats. You can check us out on Clubhouse for iOS and Android, but be sure to ping your friends into the room, because not everybody knows that we are here in the Music News Power Hour. Share this room with your friends so that they can chime in on the discussion, especially if they have information that you think should be shared here in our conversation in the Music News Power Hour. Be sure to follow your moderators in the room. These are the speakers on stage with the green moderator icon. You can also touch the little greenhouse at the top of the room to join the Music Industry City Club and stay updated with all kinds of information. Be sure to visit musicindustrycity.com and register for free, where you can get lots and lots of information about content both on and off of Clubhouse. Speaking of on and off, let's talk about things both on and off the U.S. mainland continent. Let's throw it over to our UK correspondent, Angela Randall. Angela.
Hi, everybody. Can you flash your mics if I'm sounding human?
Yeah,
Okay.
you are not sounding
Terrific.
like a robot.
Terrific. I think I might have sorted it. I think when the weather gets nicer here, either everybody uses the internet or the internet takes the day off. But thanks for that, everybody. So I wanted to head over to a piece today that comes to us from musicweek.com. It's Patreon. The headline says Patreon partners with SheSaid.so for the Alternative Power 100 Music List 2021. Membership platform for artists and creators, Patreon, has announced its partnership with SheSaid.so, a community platform of women and gender minorities created to push forward equity in the music industry. In this joint venture, Patreon and SheSaid.so will represent the Alternative Power 100 Music List 2021, which was created as an alternative to the Billboard Power 100 list and aims to focus on underrepresented groups, champion all genders, and challenge traditional industry standards. Nominations for this year's list will open in November, with the awards following in December. The hashtag alt list will focus on a theme of the new creative economy and aims to champion the new era of music industry and those independent creators who are at the forefront of evolving it, from working to develop new ways of artists owning their work to creating community-supported funding. As part of the partnership, a set of events are due to take place both digitally and physically, which will feature panel discussions to discuss music success stories, connect fellow creators, and delve deeper into the theme. Speaking on the announcement, Patreon's head of marketing, Europe, Ina Grostenbach, said, "We're thrilled to be partnering with SheSaid.so, an organization that, like Patreon, believes in the value of independent creators and the need to create a world where they can fully thrive. We recognize the daily realities and challenges of our creator community around the world, and this partnership demonstrates that they are seen and heard, and most importantly, that we understand them. Ultimately, we want to give those who are underrepresented a vital voice in the music business." Founder of SheSaid.so, Andrea Magdalena, added, "We want to continue our globally recognized work in empowering those in the music industry and creating a more equitable future. Patreon is a perfect partner for the hashtag alt list, and we're looking forward to working closely together on a number of events where we can explore how to make the new creative economy successful for all at a time when it's needed most." SheSaid.so was founded in 2014, and having built a 12,000 strong community, joined as a Patreon creator in late 2020. The list contains 10 categories, including record label, events, creative, and community, and we'll see a Breakthrough Artist Award presented for creators on Patreon. Previous honorees include Imogen Heap, Dorothy Hui, who is Sony Music UK's SVP of Digital and Audience Development, Jyoti Singh, a DJ and radio presenter, and many more. And with that news from the UK, back to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Angela Randall, our UK correspondent here at Music News Power Hour. And let's throw it back over to our host, Peter Schwing. Peter, over to you.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw me. I was putting on the VR headset because I just needed to check in on our VR listening room, and I saw some people in there, so I want to say hi. How you doing? It looked pretty funny as Angela was reading, and I'm like playing with the headset. I'm like, so again, if you want to check out our live stream, you can see what's going on and get a kick out of it. You can go to musicindustrycity.com, and you'll see there's a video that pops up when we are live. You can just click that video to tune in, and also you can also reminder that there is a graphic there that says show notes. So if you go to musicindustrycity.com, click on the show notes graphic, and that way you can see all the headlines and dive into these even more later. And that's great for the Friday weekend review. And with that, continuing on some great live event news, Insomniac unveils its first ever music festival in downtown Las Vegas. Lost in Dreams is a new 2-day music festival planned for downtown Las Vegas in 2021. Insomniac, the company that stages Electric Daisy Carnival, is bringing a new 2-day music festival to downtown Las Vegas later this year. Called Lost in Dreams, the new gathering will be staged September 4th and 5th at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. 3 stages with the genres of future bass, melodic dubstep, and vocal-driven dance music, according to a press release. Tickets go on sale June 4th, and that is the lostindreamsfestival.com. And Insomniac previously partnered with the Downtown Event Center last month for a concert series that featured Deadmau5. This year's edition, EDC, was postponed to October after Insomniac could not get clearance from state officials for holding the music festival in May. While downtown Las Vegas is new ground for Insomniac, the area is no stranger to music festivals. Downtown is home to Life is Beautiful, and this year's festival will be held from September 17th to the 19th. All right, and continuing on here, and this one is from the IQ Live Music Intelligence. If you don't want to go to a live show, you can still see some virtual shows. 150,000 buy tickets for virtual Nightwish show. Fullstream and VR Studio Zone said they've cracked the code for high-end virtual concerts after grossing a 7-figure sum from an evening with Nightwish. The Finnish metal band, I love Finnish metal. That's kind of why I even read this article. Finnish metal band Nightwish were joined by more than 150,000 fans from 108 countries for their recent virtual concert experience, An Evening with Nightwish, in a virtual world which streamed on Friday, the 28th and Saturday the 29th. 6 months in the making, the show, the co-production of promoter Fullstream agency VR Studio Zone and the band's management company Till Dawn They Count, follows Fullstream and Zone's previous collaboration with the city of Helsinki, which attracted 1.4 million fans to a free virtual show by rap group JVG last May. An Evening of Nightwish welcomed fans of Nightwish as Finland's most successful music export to a 3D virtual world design in partnership with the band, where they could watch the concert while also moving around and interacting with other concertgoers. Tickets for the show were priced between 25 and 109 euros. According to the Fullstream, that translates to ticket income in the 7 figures, more than €1 million, equivalent to a large stadium-sized concert. So this is really interesting to hear more about. To have these live stream and events and being virtual and have 150,000 people, that's just fantastic. And people asking, is live streaming, is virtual going to replace live? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. Is it going to be a complement? Will it be a supplement? Will it fill in some things? It's going to be its own thing. You can have. People will be live. The other thing about some of these live shows that people are like, oh, this is a live stream. A lot of it's pre-produced. Okay, so that's another thing is, the fact that you can engage, but if you're not engaging directly with the artist, it's not a traditional, it's a live stream. The stream is live, but the performance isn't always live. So there's things to take into consideration. And Billie Eilish did one, and John Legend last year. And a lot of production, a lot of time goes into it, and it's great. And I'm all for this. I love it. This is so exciting. I'm a geek when it comes to like all this VR and virtual concerts. So I love everything about this. If anybody has experience, wants to, or has attended one, raise your hand. I
actually want to chime in on this because I think it's very interesting. That anybody should ask: will live streaming ever replace live concerts? Absolutely not. Any concert fan, any concert goer will tell you that no stream will ever compare. And in fact, some of the streams that are most popular with audiences are the streams that are not trying to obviously be a live concert experience reproduction. I think it's interesting, though, that the streaming aspect of a concert, the streaming availability of a concert, might appeal to a different kind of a listener altogether, maybe a listener who has a newborn baby and cannot travel to the outdoor concert with a newborn baby, nor can they afford a ticket and a sitter, but they can live stream it from home and still have tears run down their face and sing their favorite song along with all their friends in the live stream. You may appeal to a completely different audience by streaming. In fact, you may appeal to your more gamified audience, and the live concert itself appeals, I think, more to the concert goer who wants to be more anonymous. They don't want to gamify. They just want to disappear into the dark. And well, in the old days, we would say put your lighters up, but now you put your cell phone up at the concert. That's, people who want to do that and disappear into the dark under their glowing cell phone as they sway to the music. We have the gamer who wants to stream and the anonymous audience member who wants to be under the glowing cell phone. I think it's great that both options are available for both kinds of fans.
And people, they use the lighter app on their phone, so they hold up the app of the lighter.
Yeah, there's a lighter app now that when you tilt your cell phone from side to side, the flame goes from side to side as if it's actually being a lighter being tilted. It's crazy. But you know what? I'm old enough to remember when you could actually still bring lighters into concerts, as unsafe as that was. I'm kind of glad you can't do that anymore, but I remember when you could. That's how old I am. Anyway.
I remember burning my thumb on the metal tip because you held the lighter on for too long. That Bryan Adams power ballad, got to hold it up for that one. And with that being said, we're going to continue down the road of the live streaming. And this one is from the avclub.com, and it's titled, "Still Not Convinced About the Safety of an In-Person Concert? Attend this virtual reality festival instead." All right, so it goes on. This one is called Splendor in the Grass. The Australian Music Festival unveiled their plans for the world's first immersive virtual music fest called Splendor XR. Vaccinated or not, folks can attend right from their couch. The festival returns July 24th and 25th, following its cancellation due to the pandemic last year. Performing acts include Khaled, Churches, The Killers, Charlie XCX, Grimes, Metaverse, a whole bunch. The list goes on and on. Grimes will unveil her new Metaverse Super Beta experience, whatever that means. Who even knows what kind of technology those two have in their basement? So it should be interesting. This is from what the writer wrote here. The completely virtual festival. You can attend it on mobile, tablet, browser, desktop, and VR devices. Ticket holders will make virtual versions of themselves to explore a digital version of the reproduced Thunder Bryan Bay grounds, as well as create their own schedules, travel from stage to stage to watch artists with options to meet up virtually with friends. This all sounds neat, but how the musician's performance will differ from the field of other live concert series remains to be seen. Saying single-user tickets available start from $19.99 for a single day and $34.99 for both days. Splendor XR will operate globally on a single time zone, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., and that's on Australian time, AEST, 14 hours ahead of New York City. All video content will be available as a VOD, video on demand, for 7 days after the event for attendees to watch over again. I love it. I might buy a ticket. I am going to buy a ticket.
I was going to say after the last article, actually, that's another angle to the whole live streaming thing. And one of the things that Ben and Sanya and I are working on for Juno Reactor is an extension beyond that, where it's just like a streamed concert that has happened that people can come to in VR. But then the artist is going to be there, Ben's going to be there in the crowd, and people can come in and watch that recorded live stream, but actually chat to Ben about it whilst they're watching it. So it's kind of like another angle on that whole streaming thing, but you get to meet the artist whilst you're watching them perform.
That almost sounds like an interactive director's cut of the concert.
Absolutely. I mean, all of these things just give you another load of options, don't they? So I think that it's not one or the other at the moment. I think it gets sliced down into different nuances of the gap in between.
The hybrid listening party idea is great. I've attended a lot of listening parties with the band in the chat on Discord and a few other places. So having them do a live performance while they're having that, if it's necessarily not live but pre-recorded, and then they can participate in the chat, Sounds like something I would definitely participate in.
Just think if Pink Floyd's Live at Pompeii could have been live streamed or in virtual reality. And with that being said, we are going to move into some of the blockchain. And this is from themusicnetwork.com. Blockchain Music Association partners with Fire Entertainment and IE Music for NFT live concert series. Yes, we went there. Andy, yours just perk up? And in a world first, the Australians Blockchain Music Association has announced a joint venture with Fire Entertainment and IE Music to present a new NFT live concert series. Dubbed Limited Edition, the live concert series will span 10 episodes and marks the launch of a new revenue platform for artists using blockchain technology. All performances will be filmed and recorded in front of a small studio audience at Sydney's iconic Studios 301, spotlighting a diverse roster of emerging Australian artists. Each concert is set to be captured in the highest quality possible before turning into an exclusive NFT by Australian blockchain music company Jimi Music, with all concerts subsequently being released to streaming services and promoted to global audiences. The series is slated to begin filming in late June, with limited editions first 10 artists to be also set to be revealed in the coming weeks. Rico Soto, director of the Australian Blockchain Music Association and co-producer of the series, highlighted the potential impact of the series in opening up a new revenue stream for artists in a recent statement. He quotes, this opportunity will impact not only the companies and individuals involved, but the Australian music industry as a whole. One of the key goals is to integrate blockchain NFT technology with the live concert to provide artists, managers, independent labels, and creators with a new and clear business model to generate revenue. This limited edition project continue to pave the way for industry to reimagine the blockchain NFT marketplace, continuing to expand beyond the static format and providing tangible examples for every musician to create tradable assets from their live concert and content and music. All right. So, yeah, I mean, now just talking about what you were saying there, Angela and Andy, it's like, well, now you have it. It's pre-recorded. Now you can put it together, and now you can make it seem like it's live and sell it as an NFT. Who's in?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
I'm on the fence. Had to be that person.
So Impala calls on indie sector to sign up to diversity and inclusion survey. For the first anniversary of Blackout Tuesday, Impala has called on the independent businesses to help build the picture of the sector's diversity across Europe and map best practices for the future. Impala is asking as many businesses as possible to use the anniversary as an occasion to contribute to the debate by responding to Impala's Diversity and Inclusion Survey. Impala has also set out other ways members can get involved with the organization, announcing its next training session for September 28th and publishing its guides with practical tips on what members can do. But with Europe made up of so many different countries, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, and one of Impala's earlier commitments was to map and exchange best practices across the whole of Europe, said the trade body in a statement. So it goes on. I mean, there's more information. There's a lot of links, and you can get to this. This article at musicindustrycity.com. Click on the show notes, and if you're interested, you can find out more about what they are doing for the Diversity and Inclusion Survey. All right. I think it's time to go over to our It's our favorite
the big green
time.
dot, it does hit the spot. Nice. Excellent. We are moving into the Spotify spot where we look at digital technology and how it affects the music business today in breaking news. But before we do that, we do want to check in with your weather update. In breaking news today, a local man was seen by many curious spectators trying to set fire to the rain. And as we take a look at the Spotify spot, I'm going to throw it back over to our co-host, Peter Swain.
All right. I got a question for everybody up on the stage. What do you think is the most listened to heavy album on Spotify? So this is from Metal Injection, and they have the top 20 heavy albums on Spotify. Does anybody want to take a stab at what they think is the number one album?
My heart wants it to be something from the Nine Inch Nails catalog, but I'm quite all right if it still stays in the background of the top 10.
Well,
I'm with Angel.
I think you're going to be disappointed. Number one, Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory with 2.67 billion streams, then followed by Nirvana's Nevermind with 2.62 billion streams. I'm just going down the top 10 really quick. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication, Queen, A Night at the Opera. Yeah, that's surrounding the top 5. Linkin Park, again, then Metallica, Panic at the Disco, AC/DC's Back in Black, and then Panic at the Disco, Death of a Bachelor again. I mean, it goes out, Pink Floyd, The Wall. So that comes in at 15, and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon's over at 28. Pearl Jam's 10 is at 30. Zeppelin 4 is at 29. More Linkin Park, more Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have no idea why Red Hot Chili Peppers, by the way, is in the top 20. Who listens to that album?
Kill me now. Yeah, disappointment for sure.
But I think that kind of lists most of the parties I went to in the 90s.
That's pretty much it, yeah. All right, and with that being said, we are going into another section of the Spotify spot where they're talking about Spotify, and this is from recordoftheday.com. Spotify celebrates Pride, LGBTQIA plus creators and venues and artists with Claim Your Space campaign. This Pride, I'm going to click over here. Okay, this Pride, Spotify is encouraging the queer community to make noise, make their presence known, and make their own rules with a single rallying cry. Claim your space. With a series of month-long activations, the global campaign is aimed at creating space, both physical and digital, for the LGBTQIA plus community. To celebrate, Spotify UK IE is bringing back its annual hotly anticipated Pride Hub, collaborating with the UK and Ireland's most fabulous creators, venues, and culture brands on a host of takeovers across some of its most popular playlists. The hub will include the launch of a new flagship playlist, Pride UK and Ireland, which will amplify LGBTQIA plus voices from the UK and Ireland all year round. The playlist invites listeners to claim your space this Pride. All right, so some of the exciting playlist takeovers, including as for the Love of Huns X, the meme machine that is at Love of Huns will be taking over the Out Out playlist. Out Out is for those nights like no other. Jamaica singer Alikai Harley, I'm totally pronouncing that wrong, is curating Dancehall Queen, the best dancehall vibe for Gaiodem, and Glitterbox, the legendary disco night mother, the old school club night for the disco-loving family friends, and Big Dyke Energy, the queer car park rave with no rules, will all be taking over queer spaces with tunes from the heart of the queer underground. So yeah, it's they have some more links in here that'll take you there, and you can find all of this at musicindustrycity.com, and you can click on the show notes. And that's it for the reads. Let's throw it over to Eli.
Well, I just want to say that I've been, my thumb is sore and my arm is a little bit numb from trying to ping so many people into this room, excuse me, because I'm so excited about what Jim said, that his certification and many of the documents that he had been waiting for his shuttered venue funding have come to his email inbox in the last 24 hours. So I do just want to say that I'm really excited about that myself. I work at Midtown music venue, so that's great news, and I hope that everybody who is waiting on that shuttered venue funding will check their pop-up blockers and their spam email folders, just in case you are getting pieces of mail that you're maybe not aware of that might be time sensitive. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know about anybody else on the stage, but let's bring back concerts. I kind of want to sing like Vaccinate, to the tune of Madonna's Holiday. I'm just so excited. It would be so nice,
I just want to express how proud I am of the UK for in both of the articles that were representative of our community today, for the LGBTQIA plus community, both in the diversity of the She Said So Patreon partnership, with that new alt list, sort of outside of the Billboard, and for the Spotify highlights. It's a pretty important month, the month of June, for immersing ourselves in that community and celebrating Pride. So it's great to have all of those activations taking place within the business.
Right on. All right. If there's anybody in the audience wants to come on up to the stage, if there's any comments, that you'd like to join in, there's any topics that you had something to add, or if we missed a topic, feel free to raise your hand and come on up to the stage. Jamie, was there something you had?
Well, I'll redo the one because Eli wasn't in the room earlier, which is I will read off the full list for the Tri-C Jazz Fest, which went dominated by women artists. This is a move for them, which is taking it outside. They're going to the historic Kane Park, which is an outdoor shed that's been around for more than 50 years. It's a place where a lot of artists have all cut their teeth and come through and played. They're starting off with Samira Joy. They've got Lacia Benjamin. They've got Christian Sands Trio. A Moment in Time is going to be giving a nod to old school Cleveland jazz with Ernie Carivda and Dominic Ferenci. Spanish Harlem Orchestra is coming into play. We've got Marquis Hill, Bria Skonenberg, Emmett Coleman Trio. Catherine Russell is coming in, and then to close out the show is going to be Banda Marda, which is a phenomenal group coming in, and she is an unbelievable artist that's going to be rounding out that, and that will be a hybrid show. They are going to sell it both as a ticketed in-person festival and ticketed virtual festival, which will be done, and that'll be very fun. And the Lighter app, actually Zippo has had one for all those classics. Zippo has had one for years. For a Lighter app, which is hysterical.
That's actually the one that I've had. Actually, I'm so glad you brought that up, but I didn't say the brand name because I haven't received my check from Zippo to reference them by brand name in the Music News Power Hour. So I kept it generic, but that's actually the one Zippo, that I did have. Yeah.
Hey, Zippo, call us.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
And that, you know what, that's really exciting. Thanks for sharing that with me, Jamie. And I want to share briefly too that tickets to the Telluride Jazz Festival are on sale. The Telluride Jazz Festival will be happening this summer, and I really highly recommend anybody who is a fan of the festival to jump on some of these tickets and check out all the options for purchasing tickets. One of the featured acts is one of my favorites, Allison Miller's Boom Tick Boom. So I'll definitely be tuning into that. And Jamie, I love that you brought this up. I am making myself quite a list of events that I need to go to virtually or in person this year. I'm so excited that concerts are coming back. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just giddy.
So
I guess I should have said Jazz Fest is September 11th and 12th.
So you have Jazz Fest. Eli has Telluride. And we have Montreux. That's going to be Friday, July 2nd, and ends on the 17th. And that is also going to be it's a live stream.
I'm still holding out hope that I can get to Reading at the end of the summer, last weekend in August. So fingers crossed.
Right. All right. So I do have a couple bonus articles. Sometimes we have one of those days that, you know, I just want to get some extra announcements in. So with that, this one, we want to we wrap up more of that lighthearted or lighter news or human interest story. And I've been talking about some artists, maybe some more legacy artists or people that haven't released in many years. And Lady Hawk announces first album for 5 years. I am so happy about this. So any of those Lady Hawk fans, I know there's a few of us out there. Lady Hawk has released a new single, Mixed Emotions, and announced that she will put her first album out for 5 years. Time flies in October. And it was Mixed Emotions was written with old mates Jonah Sloan and Nick Littlemore while she was on a writing trip in L.A. She goes on to say, Sloan had come up with a really cool bass groove, which Nick and I riffed off to get the lyrics and melody. The song is about all the things you can feel with one person, sometimes all in a single day. Ups and downs, confusions, highs and lows, and everything in between. The new single follows her recent collaboration with Brood's Guilty Love, which will also appear on the new album. Both reveal a new vigor from making music, which began in 2019. So I'm looking forward to this, and definitely check out. You can check out the video here as well. And for any of those Hendrix fans, there is a bobblehead. Yes, and this is in guitar.com. You can now order a bobblehead to celebrate Jimi Hendrix setting his guitar on fire, marking one of the most iconic moments in rock history. Yes, it's a bobblehead. He's on his knees, and the guitar is on fire. So check that out. So I'll give you a little history of this. On 18th of June in 1967, Jimi Hendrix would create one rock's defining moments, ending his set at the Monterey Pop Festival by dousing his guitar in lighter fluid and setting it on fire. Now, almost 54 years later, Hendrix Estate has teamed with Collectico to create a new bobblehead figure to mark the occasion. The new limited edition bobbleheads are officially licensed, hand sculpted, and painted, and come packaged in collector boxes. Only 1,967 units will be made. Did anybody catch that? This happened in 1967. 1,967 units will be made, with each individually numbered. And so this goes on more. They're not making an NFT. So sorry to disappoint. We're not going to get to the end of this article, and that it's going to be an NFT. So Janie Hendrix, President and CEO of Experience Hendrix and Authentic Hendrix, sent a statement: collector's items are a form of admiration for beloved artists of personal interest. They can even represent a special bond. We want those who are devoted to Jimi to have something delightful to add to the spaces where they live and work. I mean, this is, just check out the article. Check this out. And that is they're going on sale. When is it? They had source of inspiration. It doesn't tell you actually any more than that. We'll have to dig in more into it, but for the price. But yeah, check it out if you're a fan of Hendrix. And I think that we're going to start some final thoughts on the day. Eli, what stuck out for you? And do you have another announcement, by the way? Because we were talking about jazz. We were talking about jazz. What do you have for an announcement?
Well, this has actually been made public information, but I can share this as an exclusive report for the Music News Power Hour for Music Industry City Broadcast Network. Birdland Jazz Club in Midtown Manhattan will be reopening July 1st at 315 West 44th Street in Midtown Manhattan. Birdland has been an institution, longstanding institution of jazz the world over for generations. And unfortunately, during the COVID-19 pandemics, Birdland was forced to close. Birdland has been closed, dark, and shuttered since March of 2020, and has only reopened for very, very limited filming opportunities for the Radio Free Birdland online streaming series. In late 2020, Birdland unfortunately was struggling to make ends meet during the shuttered times, and Birdland launched the Save Birdland effort through GoFundMe. With the help of our global, worldwide Birdland family, Birdland was able to raise enough funds to float until reopening, which we are so very pleased and proud to announce will be July 1st, 2021. Yes, we welcome you back to Birdland. Lose them cares. Please do come and join us at Birdland, the jazz corner of the world. Reservations are available, and go ahead and check out all of the information that's available through the article in the link on musicindustrycity.com. You can read more about it or any of the articles that we have covered in our room today. And we have covered an awful lot of information in our room today. Peter is scrolling for our streaming viewers so that you can see just how many articles we have been looking at today. Make sure that you check that out. You can follow along at home. And speaking of following, make sure that you follow your moderators. These are the speakers on stage with the green moderator icon. You can also tap the greenhouse at the top of the stage to join the Music Industry City Club here on Clubhouse and get lots of updates. And when you register for free on musicindustrycity.com, you can get access to content both on and off of Clubhouse, including information about virtual reality events. And yes, our co-host Peter Schwing is a VR guru. Ask him any questions about his events. I'm sure that there's something that you may be able to attend coming up soon in VR. Again, you can visit musicindustrycity.com to find that or any more information that we have covered today in our broadcast. Don't forget, we're here from 12 to 1 Eastern every weekday, Monday through Friday. We are here on Clubhouse and on streaming platforms across the web. Find us on your favorite streaming platform or on musicindustrycity.com. And don't forget, there's more. Music Industry City offers more content than just the Music News Power Hour. You can join us before the Music News Power Hour each weekday. Peter, tell us more.
There's a lot more, but yeah, our people on the video stream got to see me entering the link that you sent me into it, so now it's refreshed in the document. So you got a live update into the show notes document. But yeah, I mean, definitely check out musicindustrycity.com. There is a lot going on, and I can't talk about it, but I am going to Barcelona in July, and maybe after that I could talk about it. I don't know. What am I saying?
Well, you know,
Oh,
after your trip, you can talk about it. Our
yeah.
UK correspondent Angela Randall and I will be looking forward to an update for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. So make sure you
Mm.
register now for free while you still can. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint.
So yeah, check it out, Music
Bum,
Industry
bum.
City. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Devin, we have about 1 minute left. You know, you raised your hand. Was there something you wanted to jump in on?
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to say congrats to Eli and everybody at that institution. That's really a cool announcement, and that's really all I have to contribute. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thanks so much, Devin. Thank you. The announcement itself just makes my heart sing. I'm so excited. Thanks for your congratulations. If you're on stream, you can probably see me grinning from ear to ear like a kid at Christmas right now.
I can't, but I can hear it and I can feel it. It's crazy.
It feels so good to welcome everyone back to Birdland, the jazz corner of the world. But don't forget, we welcome you back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern right here on the Music News Power Hour from 12 to 1. We cover all the music industry information and breaking news that you care to hear and discuss. Join us here, join us on stream, and we will see you tomorrow at 12 Eastern for the Music News Power Hour. On behalf of our UK correspondent, Angela Randall, my co-host, Peter Schwing, and myself, Eli Window, thanks for joining our discussion and our broadcast, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
See you, everybody.
Cheerio.
Have a great day.
Ciao.
Congrats, Eli. Great news.
Oh, thanks so much. It feels so good. I'm about to cry. I'm so happy.
As you should be.
Thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a great day.
You too.